The Book of Five Rings, SCA edition. To my five rings, Rachel, my ring of eternity. Hetty, Kitty, Luke, and Gnome, rings that give me hope for the future. Forward by Mark Lewis. Welcome to a journey where the timeless wisdom of one of history's greatest warriors, Miyamoto Musashi, meets the challenges of our modern world. I'm Mark Lewis, Dean at the School of Communication Arts, and it's my privilege to guide you through this reimagined edition of Musashi's The Book of Five Rings. Miyamoto Musashi was not just a warrior, he was the embodiment of mastery itself. Born in 1584, Musashi became a legendary swordsman, undefeated in over 60 duels. Yet, his genius extended far beyond the battlefield. Musashi was a profound strategist, philosopher, and artist whose teachings offer insights into the human condition that are as relevant today as they were in the 17th century. This book began as a gift for my students, particularly those in our Creative Mastery course, where each learner is guided by a sensei, a mentor who helps them discover their ikigai, or reason for being. But the wisdom within these pages extends far beyond the classroom. Whether you're a student, a professional, or someone striving for personal growth, Musashi's principles of discipline, adaptability, and relentless practice are universally applicable. As you delve into this book, you'll encounter Musashi's voice, direct, uncompromising, and full of conviction. If you were reading this as a book to honor his teachings, I've preserved his tone by presenting his words in italics. However, because this is an audiobook, I've taken the liberty of bringing Musashi back to life through AI. Whenever you hear a voice that's no mine, believe that it's Musashi himself speaking to you across the centuries, offering guidance and challenging you to rise above mediocrity. Before you begin, take a moment to reflect on what you hope to achieve through this journey. Consider setting a personal goal, something you wish to master or improve upon, whether it's in your career, your personal life, or your creative endeavors. Musashi's teachings are more than just lessons. They are tools for transformation, and having a clear goal will help you make the most of his wisdom. Throughout this book, Musashi will serve as your mentor, guiding you through the complexities of modern life with the same fierce determination he brought to his own battles. Imagine this text as a personal roadmap to mastering your craft, leading others, and ultimately mastering your life. By the end of this journey, you should have a clearer understanding of how to apply Musashi's principles to achieve mastery in your own life. Whether that's enhancing your strategic thinking, refining your daily habits, or simply striving to be the best version of yourself. This book is designed to inspire and guide you every step of the way. So, are you ready to embark on this journey? To not just read, but to practice, reflect, and grow? If so, Musashi's wisdom is here to guide you. Let's begin.
Introduction. Miyamoto Musashi. Understand this. The way of the warrior is the way of life. It is not simply about winning battles, but about mastering oneself in every aspect. The principles in this book are not mere suggestions. They are commands born from a life of relentless practice and battle-hardened wisdom. If you seek to understand the true way, you must commit fully, without hesitation. This book, structured in the 5 rings, serves as a guide for those who aim to master strategy in all forms, be it in battle, business, or life. Each ring represents an element, and within each element lies the key to understanding yourself, your environment, and your adversaries. 1. Earth. The foundation of all strategy. Solid, unyielding, it teaches the importance of grounding oneself in unshakable principles. Without a strong foundation, you will crumble under pressure. 2. Water. Fluid, adaptable, and formless. Water teaches the way of flexibility and flow. In a world that is constantly changing, your ability to adapt will determine your success. 3. Fire. Fierce, aggressive, and relentless. Fire represents the necessity of decisive action, the rhythm of battle, and the control of aggression. When it is time to act, you must do so with precision and power. 4. Wind, the movement of air, encompassing all perspectives. Wind teaches the importance of understanding other schools of thought and the value of observation. To see clearly, you must understand the viewpoints of others and the dynamics at play around you. 5. Void, the unknown, the formless, and the invisible. The void is where intuition, the creativity, and true understanding of the way reside. It is in the emptiness that you will find the deepest truths, where creativity and intuition merge to guide you beyond what is visible. This book is not for passive reading. It is for active engagement. Mastery of these principles will prepare you for any battle, whether on the field, in the boardroom, or within your own mind. The way is not an easy path, but for those who commit to it fully, it offers the ultimate reward, mastery over oneself and one's destiny. If you are ready to take up this challenge, just proceed with the understanding that the wisdom within these pages is not just to be learned, but to be lived. The path to mastery is long and demanding, but with these 5 rings as your guide, you will be equipped to navigate it with a purpose, clarity, and strength. Earth Book 1. The Foundation of Strategy. Understand this: strategy is not just an art, it is the bedrock upon which all achievements are built. Without a firm foundation, you will falter when adversity strikes. The earth is your guide, steadfast, unyielding, essential. Know your strengths and weaknesses intimately. You must practice relentlessly, for each repetition drives the principles of strategy deeper into your bones. Ground yourself in the basics, for without them, you are like a house built on sand. Reflect on your actions and refine your techniques until they are as unyielding as the earth itself. In the modern world, where the pace of change is relentless, having a solid foundation is crucial. Whether you are starting a business, leading a team, or navigating your career, the fundamental principles you rely on must be unshakable. These principles are your core values, your ethics, and the skills you have honed over time. They are what will hold you steady when everything around you is in flux.
Historical context. Musashi's early life set the foundation for his later success. His father, Munisai, was a master swordsman who instilled in Musashi the importance of discipline and practice from a young age. Musashi fought his first duel at the age of 13, defeating an experienced samurai named Arima Kihei. This victory was not due to luck, but rather the result of relentless practice and an understanding of basic principles that his father had drilled into him. Throughout his life, Musashi emphasized the importance of grounding oneself in fundamentals. He believed that without a solid foundation, advanced techniques would be ineffective. Even as he developed more sophisticated strategies, he always returned to the basics. His ability to win over 60 duels, many against renowned opponents, was built on this foundation. Musashi's life was a testament to the power of mastering the basics, which became the cornerstone of his invincible strategy.
Follow this path. Establish a daily ritual of grounding. Start each day by revisiting your core principles and techniques. Reflect on them, internalize them, and ensure that they guide your actions throughout the day.
Case study: Pixar's relentless pursuit of storytelling mastery. Pixar Animation Studios is renowned for producing some of the most beloved and critically acclaimed animated films in history. What sets Pixar apart is not just its technological innovation, but its relentless focus on mastering the fundamentals of storytelling. From Toy Story to Inside Out, every Pixar film is grounded in strong narrative principles. Practical application. Just as Musashi emphasized the importance of mastering the basics, Pixar's success is rooted in their commitment to the fundamentals of storytelling. Before any film is greenlit, the story is rigorously developed, often going through multiple drafts and revisions. Pixar's directors and writers spend years honing the plot, character development, and emotional arc of the story. This dedication to foundational principles ensures that their films resonate deeply with audiences, regardless of the visual innovation or technological advancements. Reflection. Pixar's approach to filmmaking
underscores the importance of a strong foundation. In your creative endeavors, are you giving enough attention to mastering the basics before moving on to more advanced techniques? Consider how you can strengthen your foundation to ensure long-term success. Key takeaway from this section: in today's world, where change is constant and competition fierce, grounding yourself in the fundamentals is more important than ever. The foundation you build will support your ability to adapt and innovate as new challenges arise.
2. Grounding in the basics. Know this: to be grounded is to be unshakable. Just as the earth sustains life, your grounding in the basics sustains all strategy. Without this core, you are vulnerable, like a tree without roots. In battle, this grounding allows you to remain calm and focused, even in the midst of chaos. Be unmovable in your practice. When the storms of life hit, it is a deeply rooted tree that stands firm. Practice your grounding daily, whether in the dojo, the office, or in your thoughts. Return to your principles often, for they will anchor you in times of uncertainty. Grounding yourself in the basics also means recognizing the value of simplicity. In strategy, the most effective plans are often the simplest. Complexity can lead to confusion and mistakes, while simplicity allows for clarity and precision. Sorry. This is true whether you are developing a business plan, leading a team, or making decisions in your personal life. By grounding yourself in simple, effective principles, you increase your chances of success.
Historical context. Before Miyamoto Musashi became the legendary swordsman known for his undefeated record and his profound wisdom, he was simply a young boy born into a world of conflict during Japan's Warring States period. From an early age, Musashi was exposed to the harsh realities of life as a samurai. His father, Shinmen Munisai, was a skilled martial artist who believed in the importance of mastering the basics above all else. Under his father's strict tutelage, Musashi learned the fundamentals of swordsmanship, but more importantly, he learned the value of discipline and repetition. At the age of 13, Musashi fought his first duel against a samurai named Arima Kihei, a practitioner of the powerful Shinto Ryu style. Despite his youth and inexperience, Musashi's deep grounding in the basics gave him a solid foundation, allowing him to stay calm under pressure. He defeated Kihei with a single stroke, a feat that shocked the older and more experienced samurai. This victory was not just the result of raw talent, it was the culmination of years of relentless practice, honing the basic skills that would form the cornerstone of his later achievements. As Musashi's reputation grew, he continued to refine his mastery of the basics, understanding that even the most advanced techniques were built upon a foundation of fundamental skills. He recognized that the key to victory in both life and combat lay not in flashy or complicated maneuvers, but in the flawless execution of the simplest actions. This philosophy became the bedrock of his teaching and his strategy, guiding him to victory in over 60 duels without ever being defeated. Musashi's commitment to the basics wasn't just about physical prowess. It was a mindset that permeated every aspect of his life. Whether in battle, in his art, or in his writings, Musashi believed that true mastery could only be achieved by returning to the fundamentals again and again until they became second nature. This relentless focus on the basics allowed him to innovate and adapt in ways that others could not, turning simplicity into an unstoppable force. Today, Musashi's life serves as a powerful reminder that greatness is built on the foundation of the basics. No matter how skilled or experienced you become, grounding yourself in the fundamentals is the surest path to success.
Follow this path. Every day, review your fundamental skills, whether it is the execution of a task at work or the pursuit of a personal goal. Repeat it until it becomes second nature. Dorniru tenkenitum. Do not allow yourself to advance until you have mastered the basics.
Case study: Michelangelo's mastery of basic techniques. Michelangelo, one of the greatest artists of the Renaissance, is often celebrated for masterpieces like the Sistine Chapel ceiling and the Statue of David. What is less often discussed, but equally important, is his unwavering commitment to mastering the basic techniques of sculpture and painting. Michelangelo spent years studying anatomy, sketching the human form, and perfecting his chiseling techniques long before he ever attempted his famous works. Practical application: Michelangelo's dedication to the basics, such as understanding human anatomy and mastering the handling of marble, was the foundation of his success. His ability to create lifelike sculptures and dynamic paintings stemmed from this deep technical mastery. By focusing on the fundamentals, Michelangelo ensured that his creative vision could be realized with precision and power. Reflection: in your creative practice, are you consistently honing the basic skills necessary for your craft? Whether it's mastering the use of tools, understanding composition, or practicing your technique, consider how strengthening your foundation can elevate your work to new heights. Key takeaway from this section: in our fast-paced culture, where distractions are numerous, maintaining a strong grounding in your core values and skills ensures you remain focused and effective no matter what challenges arise.
3. The power of repetition. Reflect on this. There is no substitute for repetition. The body learns through it, the mind sharpens through it, and strategy becomes instinct. Never grow weary of repeating the essentials. 1,000 repetitions are not enough if they do not lead to mastery. Each strike, each movement must be executed with precision until it becomes a part of your very being. This is the essence of true mastery, repetition without end, with unwavering focus on perfection. Repetition builds muscle memory, but it also builds confidence. When you have practiced something to the point of mastery, you can execute it without hesitation, even under pressure. This is critical in situations where quick thinking and decisive action are required. Whether you are delivering a presentation, negotiating a deal, or facing a personal challenge, the confidence that comes from repeated practice will serve you well.
Historical context: Musashi's commitment to repetition was unwavering. He practiced the same techniques thousands of times until they were deeply ingrained in his muscle memory. This allowed him to react instinctively in battle without having to think about his movements. In today's world, the same principle applies. Whether in sports, business, or any other field, repetition is the key to mastery.
Follow this path. Choose a fundamental skill each week and dedicate yourself to its perfection through relentless repetition. This could be a physical technique, a mental exercise, or a strategic principle. Focus on it until it becomes effortless.
Case study: Yo-Yo Ma's repetition and mastery in cello performance. Yo-Yo Ma, the world-renowned cellist, is known for his extraordinary talent and emotional depth in performance. However, what truly sets him apart is his commitment to repetition and practice. Even after decades of performing, Ma continues to practice daily, repeating scales, exercises, and pieces to maintain and refine his technique. Practical application: Yo-Yo Ma's success is a testament to the power of repetition. His daily practice routines, often involving hours of playing scales and refining bow techniques, ensure that his performances are flawless. This relentless repetition allows him to focus on the emotional and expressive aspects of his music during performances, knowing that the technical foundation is secure. Reflection: how often do you engage in deliberate practice and repetition in your creative work? Consider setting aside dedicated time each day to refine your core skills, knowing that this repetition will lead to greater mastery and freedom in your creative expression. Key takeaway from this section: In your career, repetition solidifies skills and builds the confidence needed to execute them flawlessly under pressure. Whether learning a new software, refining your pitch, or mastering a complex task, repetition turns skills into second nature.
4. Perception and awareness. Understand this deeply. A true strategist sees the world as it is, not as they wish it to be. Clarity in perception is the key to mastering your surroundings, your adversaries, and yourself. Do not allow emotions or biases to cloud your judgment. See with clarity and act with precision. You must practice the art of observation. In every interaction, in every situation, there are signs and signals that will guide your strategy. The way someone stands, the way they speak, their intentions, these are all there to be seen if you have trained your perception. In the modern world, where information is abundant but often misleading, the ability to perceive clearly is invaluable. It requires discernment, the ability to separate truth from falsehood, signal from noise. This skill is crucial in business, where decisions must be made based on accurate information and a clear understanding of the situation.
Historical context. Musashi's acute perception and awareness were honed through years of combat experience. One notable example of his perceptiveness occurred during a duel with Shishido Bacon, a master of the kusarigama, a sickle and chain weapon. The kusarigama was an unusual and deadly weapon, requiring different tactics than those used against a sword. However, Musashi's keen awareness allowed him to quickly assess Bacon's technique and adapt his strategy on the spot. Instead of engaging Bacon directly, Musashi observed his opponent's movements, looking for patterns and weaknesses. He noticed that Bacon relied heavily on the chain to ensnare his opponent's weapon, followed by a swift attack with the sickle. Anticipating this, Musashi feigned an attack, causing Bacon to commit to his usual tactic. At that moment, Musashi swiftly changed his approach, countering Bacon's move and ending the duel with a decisive blow. This encounter highlights Musashi's ability to perceive his opponent's strategy and react with precision, a skill that was central to his undefeated record.
Follow this path. In your daily life, practice seeing without judgment. Observe others, watch their actions, and learn to discern their intentions without letting your own biases interfere, always challenging your assumptions. This practice will sharpen your strategic thinking.
Case study: David Ogilvy's Consumer Insight. David Ogilvy, often hailed as the father of advertising, built his reputation on a deep understanding of consumer psychology. One of the most iconic examples of his perceptive genius was the 1951 Hathaway shirt campaign. At first glance, the campaign seemed simple, an advertisement featuring a man wearing a Hathaway shirt and an eye patch. But it was Ogilvy's keen perception of human behavior and his awareness of the underlying motivations that made it legendary. Ogilvy once famously said, "People don't think what they feel, don't say what they think, and don't do what they say." He understood that consumer behavior is often driven by subconscious desires and emotions rather than rational thought. This insight was central to the success of the Hathaway shirt campaign. Ogilvy realized that in a cluttered marketplace, standing out required more than just showcasing a product. It required creating a narrative that resonated with deeper, often unspoken, consumer emotions. The eye patch in the Hathaway ad wasn't just a quirky accessory. It was a powerful narrative device. Ogilvy was aware that the mysterious element of the eye patch would intrigue viewers, sparking their imagination and making them wonder about the man's backstory. This subtle but deliberate choice played on the viewer's curiosity and desire for stories that go beyond the surface. The eye patch turned an ordinary shirt ad into a cultural phenomenon, engaging consumers at an emotional level and making the Hathaway brand synonymous with sophistication and mystery. Moreover, Ogilvy's awareness extended to the identity aspirations of his target audience. By choosing an aristocratic, refined man as the face of Hathaway, he tapped into the aspirations of middle-class men who longed for sophistication and status. The campaign wasn't just selling shirts. It was selling the idea that wearing a Hathaway shirt could make you part of an exclusive, elite world, an aspiration many consumers might not openly admit, but one that deeply influenced their purchasing decisions. Practical application. Ogilvy's work with the Hathaway shirt campaign demonstrates the power of understanding and tapping into the unspoken desires and emotions of others. Whether you're communicating with colleagues, leading a team, or building relationships, being perceptive about what truly motivates people can make your efforts more effective. By engaging with these deeper layers of motivation, you can connect with others in a way that is both meaningful and impactful. Reflection. Are you attuned to the subtle cues and underlying motivations of the people around you? Consider how you can apply this awareness to your interactions, whether in your personal life, your work, or your community. The key to effective communication and influence often lies in understanding the deeper emotions and desires that drive others, even when they don't openly express them. Key takeaway from this section. In business, clear perception allows you to navigate complex situations, understand the motivations of others, and make decisions based on reality rather than assumptions. Developing this skill gives you an edge in negotiations, leadership, and personal growth.
5. Adaptability. Remember, the earth is firm, but you must not be. Adaptability is crucial to strategy, and it must be practiced without ceasing. Just as the seasons change, so must your approach. Be ready to change your strategy in an instant if the situation demands it. Now, adaptability is not weakness, it is strength. The ability to shift, to move, to flow around obstacles is what separates the master from the novice. You must be as flexible as you are strong, as fluid as you are firm. In your career, this means being open to new ideas, embracing change, and being willing to learn new skills or take on new roles. The world is constantly evolving, and those who cannot adapt will be left behind. Whether it's adapting to new technology, shifting market trends, or changing customer needs, the ability to pivot is essential.
Historical context. Musashi's adaptability was one of his greatest strengths. He often faced opponents who were stronger or more skilled in traditional techniques, but his ability to adapt his strategy on the fly allowed him to overcome these challenges. He was never tied to a single way of doing things, and this flexibility was key to his success.
Follow this path. Challenge yourself to adapt daily. Place yourself in situations that force you to change your approach. Learn to be comfortable with the unknown and the unexpected. This will prepare you to handle any challenge that arises.
Case study, Airbnb's adaptation. During the COVID-19 pandemic. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Airbnb quickly adapted its platform to emphasize long-term stays and remote work-friendly accommodations, responding to the decline in short-term travel. Practical application. Airbnb's rapid response to changing circumstances shows the power of adaptability. By understanding the new needs of their users, they were able to sustain their business during a global crisis. Reflection. How quickly can you adapt to unexpected challenges? Reflect on how you can anticipate changes and prepare to adjust your strategies accordingly. Key takeaway. From this section, in a world where industries evolve rapidly and job roles shift, adaptability is essential for survival and success. Those who can quickly adjust their strategies are the ones who thrive in changing environments.
Conclusion of the Earth book. The Earth book is the bedrock of your strategy. Master these principles and you will be unshakable in your purpose. Each lesson here must be internalized through relentless practice. Without this foundation, you cannot progress to the higher elements. That be as firm as the earth, but remember that strategy is a living thing. It must grow and adapt. Water book 1. The nature of water. Understand this. Water is without form, yet its power is unmatched. To be like water in strategy is to be ever ready, adapting to whatever circumstances arise. Water does not oppose obstacles, it flows around them, finding every crevice, and over time, it shapes even the unyielding stone. In your career, rigidity is your enemy. The business world is in constant flux with new technologies, shifting markets, and evolving job roles. Those who cling to old ways will be left behind. Like water, you must be willing to reshape yourself, to learn new skills, to adapt to new environments. This flexibility will not only keep you relevant, but will also position you as a leader in innovation.
Historical context. Musashi's adaptability was legendary. In his duels, he often used unconventional methods that his opponents were unprepared for. This adaptability allowed him to remain undefeated throughout his life. In today's context, adaptability is just as crucial in navigating the ever-changing landscape of business and technology.
Follow this path. Momo, in your professional journey, embrace the fluidity of water. Regularly assess where you need to adapt and reshape your skills to meet new challenges. Flow with the change rather than resisting it. Set goals that guide you, but stay flexible, ready to shift your path as needed. Practice this adaptability until it becomes second nature, allowing you to move effortlessly through any obstacle.
Case study: David Bowie's fluid adaptability in music and art. David Bowie, often referred to as the chameleon of rock, exemplified the adaptability and fluidity that Musashi described in the Water Book. Throughout his career, Bowie continuously reinvented himself, shifting his musical style, public persona, and artistic direction in response to cultural trends and personal exploration. Practical application. Bowie's ability to flow with the changing tides of culture allowed him to remain relevant for decades. From the glam rock of Ziggy Stardust to the electronic sounds of the Berlin Trilogy, Bowie's adaptability was his greatest strength. He was never afraid to explore new territories, often collaborating with artists from different genres and disciplines. This flexibility not only kept his work fresh, but also positioned him as a leader in the creative arts. Reflection. Consider how adaptable you are in your daily life. Do you approach challenges with a rigid mindset, or are you able to flow around obstacles like water? Reflect on situations where flexibility could have led to better outcomes. How can you apply the principles of fluidity and adaptability to your relationships, your work, and your personal growth? Remember, the ability to adjust and move with ease is not a sign of weakness, but a strength that allows you to thrive in any environment. Key takeaway. From this section, in today's world, adaptability is more critical than ever. With the rapid pace of technological advancement and global interconnectedness, those who can quickly adjust their strategies and approaches will find themselves ahead of the curve. By being like water, you ensure that you can navigate any change, turning potential challenges into opportunities for growth.
2. Finding the flow. Know this. Like water, you must flow, adapt, and conform to your surroundings. In the art of strategy, finding the flow means discerning the rhythm of a situation, understanding its movement, and aligning yourself with it to seize control. My concept of flow is not merely about moving with ease. It is about sensing the natural currents of a situation and aligning your actions with them. Whether in combat, business, or personal interactions, understanding and moving with the flow of events allows you to navigate challenges with precision and effectiveness. The nature of flow. Flow is not just about reacting passively to the world around you. It demands active engagement, tuning into the rhythms of a situation, sensing when to advance, when to retreat, and when to hold your ground. Flow is about timing and adaptability. It's about knowing when to strike and when to wait, when to push forward and when to yield. In combat, finding the flow means reading your opponent's intentions through their movements, understanding the tempo of the fight, and making your moves in perfect harmony with or against that tempo. Every situation has its own natural rhythm. By finding this rhythm, you can anticipate actions, create opportunities, and take control of the situation. The practice of flow. Flow is not something you force, it is something you discover through awareness and practice. To master flow, you must be fully present, fully aware, and fully engaged in the moment. This requires both mental and physical discipline. In everyday life, finding the flow means sensing the right moment to speak in a meeting, recognizing when to push forward on a project, or knowing when to take a step back and reassess. It's about understanding the dynamics of your environment and positioning yourself to move seamlessly within it. This is the essence of flow. Embrace it, and you will move through life with precision and mastery. Now, since
Historical context. Musashi's understanding of flow and rhythm was deeply influenced by his experiences in battle. One of his most famous duels was against Sasaki Kojiro, a swordsman renowned for his swift and deadly swallow cut. Musashi arrived late to the duel, forcing Kojiro to wait in the hot sun, which disrupted his opponent's rhythm and composure. When the fight began, Musashi used a wooden sword crafted from an oar and adapted his strategy to the environment and the opponent's impatience. He defeated Kojiro with a single, well-timed strike, demonstrating his mastery of rhythm and flow. Musashi's ability to find and control the flow of battle was not just about physical timing, but also psychological strategy. He understood that every battle had a rhythm, and by controlling it, he could dictate the pace and outcome of the fight. This principle of finding and controlling flow extends beyond combat and can be applied to any situation where timing and adaptation are crucial.
follow this path, practice finding your flow by paying close attention to the timing and the rhythm of your daily activities. Whether you're working on a project, interacting with colleagues, or even in a personal conversation, focus on the natural pace and energy of the situation. Adjust your actions to align with this flow rather than forcing your way through. Reflect on how this alignment enhances your effectiveness and your ability to navigate challenges.
Case study: Amazon's one-click purchase feature. Amazon's one-click purchase feature simplifies the buying process, creating a seamless flow from browsing to purchasing. This innovation reduced friction in the customer journey, significantly boosting sales and customer satisfaction. Practical application: Amazon's approach shows the value of removing barriers and creating a smooth experience for users. By simplifying processes, you can enhance customer satisfaction and increase engagement. Reflection: how can you streamline your processes to create a more intuitive experience? Consider ways to remove obstacles and make it easier for your audience to engage with your work. Key takeaway from this section: in today's fast-paced and often chaotic world, the ability to find and align with the flow of situations is more crucial than ever. Whether you're navigating the complexities of a global market, managing a team, or balancing personal and professional demands, understanding the rhythm of your environment can make the difference between struggle and success. By finding your flow, you can move through challenges with greater ease, anticipate changes before they happen, and position yourself to take advantage of opportunities as they arise. This isn't just a lesson for warriors. It's a strategy for anyone seeking to excel in the modern world.
3. The art of proactive flexibility for effigies. Reflect on this. Flexibility is strength. It is the capacity to change course, to try new approaches, and to innovate as circumstances dictate. Rigid strategies shatter under pressure. Only the flexible adapt and endure. In your career, this means being open to new ideas, willing to pivot when necessary, and able to adopt new roles or responsibilities. Flexibility allows you to navigate the complexities of modern work environments, where the only constant is change. Proactive flexibility is not just about reacting to change, but anticipating it. By staying informed and aware of trends and shifts in your industry, you can position yourself to adapt more quickly and effectively. This proactive flexibility is what sets successful leaders apart from those who struggle to keep up.
Historical context. Musashi's ability to adapt was a significant factor in his success. Whether facing a new opponent or an unfamiliar battlefield, he remained flexible, adjusting his tactics to suit the situation. His willingness to change and innovate set him apart as a master strategist.
Follow this path. Each month, challenge yourself to take on a new task, learn a new skill, or approach a problem from a different angle. This could be as simple as learning a new software tool or as complex as leading a project outside your usual area of expertise. The more you practice flexibility, the more versatile and valuable you become.
Case study. Netflix's shift to original content. Context. Netflix started as a DVD rental service, but as the digital landscape evolved, they saw the need to proactively shift their business model. Instead of just responding to market trends, Netflix anticipated the decline of physical media and the rise of streaming. But their real proactive flexibility shone when they decided not only to stream existing content, but to create their own original content. This move, epitomized by the launch of House of Cards in 2013, allowed Netflix to differentiate itself from competitors and become a leader in the entertainment industry. Practical application. Netflix's proactive flexibility teaches us the importance of anticipating market shifts and being willing to redefine your business model to stay ahead of the curve. It's not just about adapting to changes when they happen, but about predicting them and positioning yourself to lead the change. Reflection. How can you apply proactive flexibility to anticipate changes in your industry or personal life? Consider how you can not only respond to challenges, but also foresee and prepare for future opportunities. Key takeaway from this section. In a rapidly changing world, flexibility is a critical skill. Those who can adapt quickly to new situations, technologies, and market conditions will find themselves better positioned to succeed. Flexibility not only helps you survive change, but thrive in it.
4. Reflecting and refracting. Consider this. Water reflects the world, yet it also refracts, bending light and altering perception. In strategy, be both a mirror and a prism. So reflect reality as it is, but also learn to change how it is perceived. Reflection requires a clarity of mind, the ability to see things as they are. Refraction requires creativity, the ability to change the narrative, to alter perception in a way that benefits your strategy. In today's world, where perception often shapes reality, the ability to manage how situations are viewed is a powerful skill, whether in leadership, marketing, or personal relationships. How others perceive a situation can significantly impact the outcome. By mastering the art of reflection and refraction, you can influence these perceptions to your advantage.
Historical context. Musashi was a master of psychological warfare, often using reflection and refraction to outmaneuver his opponents. One of the most remarkable examples of this occurred during his final encounter with the Yoshioka clan, a powerful family of swordmasters in Kyoto. After defeating the head of the Yoshioka family, Seijuro, and his younger brother Denshichiro, Musashi knew that the clan would seek revenge. Understanding the gravity of the situation, Musashi anticipated that the Yoshioka clan would not challenge him to a simple duel this time, but would instead try to ambush him with overwhelming numbers. The Yoshioka clan, humiliated by the deaths of their leaders, had gathered a large group of their best warriors to kill Musashi in a trap they believed would be foolproof. Musashi, however, was not easily deceived. He reflected on their likely strategy and refracted the situation by turning their own tactics against them. He agreed to meet them at dawn in the Ichijoji Temple's pine forest, a location chosen by the Yoshioka clan for its strategic advantage. But Musashi had no intention of playing by their rules. Understanding the importance of timing and surprise, Musashi arrived several hours earlier than agreed upon, in the dead of night. He hid himself in the shadows of the forest, quietly observing the Yoshioka's preparations. As dawn approached, the Yoshioka warriors were still setting up their ambush, expecting Musashi to arrive at any moment. But Musashi, already familiar with the terrain and their movements, struck first, catching them completely off guard. Using the element of surprise, Musashi attacked swiftly and decisively. He took down their leader, Matashichiro, in a single strike before the rest of the Yoshioka warriors could react. The sudden loss of their leader and the confusion caused by Musashi's unexpected timing threw the remaining Yoshioka warriors into disarray. In the ensuing chaos, Musashi managed to fight his way through the remaining ambushes, ultimately escaping unharmed. This encounter was not just a physical victory for Musashi, but a masterful display of psychological and strategic dominance. By reflecting on the Yoshioka's likely plans and refracting the situation to his advantage, Musashi effectively turned what was meant to be an inescapable trap into a scenario where he held all the power. His ability to think several steps ahead, to anticipate his opponent's moves, and to strike at the perfect moment showcases his deep understanding of strategy and his unparalleled skill in both mind and sword.
Follow this path. Practice reflection and refraction in your decision making. Reflect on the facts, but also consider how you can alter the perception of these facts to your advantage. This dual practice will make you a more nuanced and effective strategist.
Case study: Andy Warhol's reflection and refracting of pop culture. Andy Warhol, the leading figure of the pop art movement, made a career out of reflecting and refracting the popular culture of his time. By using techniques like screen printing and repetition, Warhol took everyday objects and icons, such as Campbell's soup cans and Marilyn Monroe, and transformed them into high art, refracting their cultural significance in new and provocative ways. Practical application. Warhol's work is a masterclass in reflection and refraction. By reflecting the mass-produced and commodified nature of contemporary culture, and then refracting it through his unique artistic lens, he challenged viewers to see the familiar in a new light. Warhol's ability to manipulate perception through his art made him one of the most influential artists of the 20th century. Reflection. How can you reflect and refract elements of your environment in your creative work? Consider how you might take familiar concepts or images and present them in a way that challenges your audience's perceptions, adding new layers of meaning to your work. Key takeaway from this section. In the business world, your ability to reflect and refocus is crucial. Reflecting helps you to learn from experiences, while refracting allows you to innovate and reshape situations to your advantage. Mastering this balance makes you both wise and resourceful.
5. Calmness in the storm. Understand this deeply. Water can be tranquil or a tempest. The master strategist knows when to be calm and when to unleash the storm. Calmness is power. It is control. In chaos, those who remain calm are the ones who will triumph. This calmness is not passive. It is an active state of awareness and control. When you are calm, you can observe more clearly, think more strategically, and act more decisively. Calmness allows you to direct your energy where it is most needed without wasting it on unnecessary reactions. In the modern world, where stress and pressure are constant, the ability to maintain calmness is a critical skill. It allows you to navigate crises, make clear headed decisions, and maintain your composure in high stakes situations. This calmness not only benefits you, but also inspires confidence in those around you.
Historical context. Musashi's composure in the heat of battle was one of his most powerful weapons. He was known for his ability to remain calm and collected, even when faced with overwhelming odds. This calmness allowed him to see the situation clearly and to act with precision, leading to victory.
Follow this path. Develop practices that could enhance your ability to stay calm under pressure. This could be through meditation, breath control, or simply taking a moment to pause before reacting in high stress situations. Reflect on how maintaining calmness improves your decision making and effectiveness.
Case study: Jacinda Ardern's leadership. During the Christchurch attacks, New Zealand's Prime Minister, Jacinda Ardern, demonstrated remarkable calm and empathy during the Christchurch mosque attacks in 2019. Her composed response provided stability and comfort to a nation in mourning. Practical application. Ardern's calm leadership during a crisis highlights the importance of maintaining composure under pressure. By staying calm, she was able to lead with clarity and compassion, uniting her country during a difficult time. Reflection. How do you maintain calmness in high-pressure situations? Reflect on the importance of staying composed to make better decisions and lead effectively during crises. Key takeaway from this section. In today's demanding work environments, the ability to remain calm under pressure is invaluable. Whether you're leading a team, managing a crisis, or making important decisions, calmness enables you to respond with clarity and confidence, ensuring better outcomes.
Conclusion of the Water Book. The Water Book teaches the importance of adaptability, flow, flexibility, and calmness. These principles are essential for navigating the complexities of life and work in today's world. Like water, you must be fluid and adaptable, ready to change course and maintain your composure in the face of any challenge. As you move forward to the Fire Book, carry these lessons with you. They are the key to becoming a master strategist. Fire Book 1. The nature of fire. Know this: fire is intense, aggressive, and relentless. It embodies the energy and drive to act, to engage in battle, and to pursue your goals with resolve. But remember, uncontrolled fire is destructive. The key is to direct your fire with precision and purpose. In your career, fire is your passion, your ambition, and your drive to succeed. However, without discipline, these qualities can lead to burnout or reckless decisions. You must learn to control your fire, to focus it on what truly matters, and to let it to propel you toward your goals. Passion is a double-edged sword. When directed properly, it fuels innovation, persistence, and leadership. But when left unchecked, it can lead to burnout, conflict, and mistakes. Understanding how to harness your passion and direct it with intention is essential for long-term success.
Historical context. Miyamoto Musashi's understanding of the nature of fire was forged not just through his famous duels, but in the crucible of war. One lesser-known episode that shaped his philosophy occurred during the siege of Osaka in 1614-1615. Musashi, then a seasoned warrior in his late 20s, joined the forces defending Osaka Castle against the Tokugawa shogunate. The siege was one of the bloodiest conflicts of the period, with Musashi experiencing firsthand the ferocity and destruction that unchecked aggression could bring. During the siege, Musashi observed how the leaders on both sides wielded their forces like a weapon, sometimes with strategic precision, but often with reckless abandon. He saw how the fire of battle, when uncontrolled, could consume everything in its path, leading to devastation rather than victory. This experience deeply influenced Musashi's later writings on the nature of fire. He learned that true mastery required not just the ability to unleash force, but the wisdom to control it, directing it purposefully rather than allowing it to burn out of control. This period in Musashi's life exemplifies how the nature of fire is not just about raw power, but about harnessing that power with precision. The lessons he learned during the siege of Osaka stayed with him throughout his life, informing his understanding that fire, in all its forms, whether in battle, business, or personal ambition, must be managed carefully. Unchecked fire can lead to ruin, but controlled fire can forge the strongest steel.
Follow this path. Identify your sources of passion and drive. Focus them on specific, achievable goals. Create a plan that channels your energy effectively, ensuring that your actions are purposeful and aligned with your long term objectives.
Case study: Greta Thunberg's climate activism. Case study: Greta Thunberg has become a global icon for climate activism through her fiery passion and relentless advocacy for environmental action. Her uncompromising stance has inspired millions and put climate change at the forefront of global discourse. Practical application: Thunberg's activism shows how a single individual's passionate commitment can spark a global movement. Her unwavering focus and intensity have made her a powerful voice for change. Reflection: how can you channel your passion into a cause that matters to you? Consider how your intensity and drive can make a significant impact in your field or community. Key takeaway from this section: in the competitive world of business, passion and drive are essential, but they must be guided by strategy. Channel your fire effectively, and you will achieve great things without burning out or losing your way.
2. The rhythm of battle. Reflect on this. Every conflict, whether in body, mind, or strategy, has its rhythm. Mastering the rhythm of battle lets you time your actions perfectly, striking at the right moment, retreating when needed. In your career, this means knowing when to push forward with full force and when to hold back. It's about recognizing the patterns in your work environment, understanding the dynamics at play, and using this knowledge to your advantage. Timing is everything. The rhythm of battle is not just about timing, but about pacing. Knowing when to accelerate, when to decelerate, and when to hold steady can make the difference between success and failure. Sanity in a business context, this might mean recognizing the perfect moment to launch a product, make a decision, or negotiate a deal.
Historical context: Musashi's understanding of the rhythm of battle was honed through years of observation, not only in duels, but also on the broader battlefield. One particularly revealing episode took place during the Battle of Sekigahara in 1600, one of the most significant and decisive battles in Japanese history. Although Musashi did not play a major role in this conflict, his presence there as a young warrior exposed him to the complexities of large-scale warfare and the importance of timing and rhythm in determining the outcome of battles. At Sekigahara, Musashi witnessed how the rhythm of battle could shift in an instant. The battle was characterized by shifting allegiances, sudden betrayals, and strategic maneuvers that turned the tide of the conflict. Musashi observed how the commanders who could sense these shifts and adapt their strategies accordingly were the ones who succeeded, while those who rigidly followed their initial plans often met with disaster. This experience taught Musashi that the rhythm of battle is fluid and ever-changing. He realized that the key to victory was not just in having a strong strategy, but in the ability to adjust that strategy in response to the evolving dynamics of the battlefield. This lesson became a central tenet of his philosophy, that true mastery lies in the ability to perceive and adapt to the rhythm of any situation, whether in combat, in business, or in life. Musashi's exposure to the grand scale and chaos of the Battle of Sekigahara left a lasting impact on him. It reinforced his belief that while preparation and planning are crucial, the ability to remain flexible and responsive to the rhythm of the moment is what ultimately determines success. This understanding of rhythm became a cornerstone of his later teachings, influencing countless warriors and strategists who sought to master the art of timing in their own endeavors.
Follow this path. Practice finding the rhythm in your daily work. Whether it's managing a project, negotiating a deal, or leading a team, focus on identifying the natural flow of events. Align your actions with this rhythm to maximize your effectiveness.
Case study: Marvel Cinematic Universe (MCU) release strategy. The Marvel Cinematic Universe (MCU) is one of the most successful franchises in film history, largely due to its strategic release schedule. Marvel Studios meticulously planned the release of its movies, starting with individual character films before bringing them together in the Avengers series. This careful pacing allowed each character to develop a strong fan base, creating anticipation and excitement for the team-up films. The timing of each release was crucial in maintaining momentum and building the MCU into a cultural phenomenon. Practical application: Marvel's release strategy shows the importance of timing and pacing in storytelling and brand development. By carefully sequencing its film releases, Marvel was able to sustain audience interest and maximize the impact of each movie. Reflection: how can you sequence your initiatives or projects to build momentum and maximize impact? Are there opportunities to create anticipation and excitement through strategic pacing? Consider how mastering the rhythm of your projects can lead to greater engagement and success. Key takeaway: from this section, in business, understanding the rhythm of your industry, your team, and your competitors can be the difference between success and failure. Those who master timing will find that their efforts yield far greater results.
3. The practice of aggressive action. Understand this. Aggression in strategy is not a recklessness, it is assertiveness and initiative. You must be willing to take the lead, act decisively, and seize opportunities when they present themselves. In your career, this means not waiting for opportunities to come to you, but creating them. It means taking calculated risks and being willing to push beyond your comfort zone. Aggressive action, when guided by strategy, leads to growth and success. Aggressive action is often misunderstood as reckless or impulsive behavior. However, true strategic aggression is calculated and deliberate. It's about knowing when to push forward with full force and when to pull back, always with the goal of achieving a specific outcome. Always with the goal.
Historical context: Musashi's approach to aggression was measured and strategic. He understood that aggression for its own sake was pointless. Instead, he used it as a tool to gain the upper hand in battle. His controlled and deliberate aggression allowed him to dominate his opponents without losing control.
Follow this path. Set bold, ambitious goals for yourself. Take decisive steps to achieve them, even if it means stepping into the unknown. Practice being proactive in your approach, whether in seeking out new opportunities, leading projects, or making important decisions.
Case study: Patagonia's bold environmental activism context. Patagonia has built its reputation not only on high-quality outdoor gear, but also on its bold and aggressive stance in environmental activism. Unlike many companies that take a more cautious approach to social and environmental issues, Patagonia has repeatedly taken bold, decisive actions that challenge the status quo. A prime example is their decision to donate all Black Friday sales to environmental causes, a move that not only disrupted traditional retail practices, but also sent a powerful message about the company's commitment to the environment. Practical application: Patagonia's success is a testament to the power of aggressive action when it comes to standing up for core values. The company's willingness to take bold risks, whether it's through their high-profile environmental campaigns, lawsuits against the US government over national park reductions, or their consistent advocacy for sustainable practices, demonstrates how aggressive, value-driven action can differentiate a brand and build fierce customer loyalty. Reflection. In your own work, are there opportunities to take more decisive, bold actions that align with your values? How can you push the boundaries of what is considered safe in your industry to stand out and make a lasting impact? Consider how an aggressive approach, when rooted in strong principles, can lead to significant achievements and set you apart from the competition. Key takeaway from this section: in a competitive job market, those who are assertive and take initiative stand out. By practicing aggressive action, you position yourself as a leader and a doer, someone who makes things happen rather than waiting for them to occur.
4. The art of deception. Know this. Deception is a potent weapon in strategy used to mislead your opponent and secure the advantage. In strategy, as in battle, not everything is as it appears. You must master the art of illusion, misdirection, and controlling the narrative. In your career, this might mean managing perceptions, controlling the flow of information, or creating strategic ambiguity. Deception is not about lying, it's about being strategic with the truth, presenting information in a way that benefits your position. Deception, when used ethically, KBC3, can be a valuable tool in negotiation, competition, and leadership. It involves understanding the psychology of your opponents or competitors and using that knowledge to influence their actions or decisions. The key is to use deception in a way that aligns with your values and overall strategy.
Historical context. Musashi's mastery of deception was a key element in his undefeated record as a swordsman. One of the most illustrative examples of this occurred during his duel with Muso Gonosuke, a highly skilled martial artist known for his proficiency with the bow staff. Muso Gonosuke was a formidable opponent who had trained in various martial arts and had earned a reputation as an exceptional fighter. Confident in his abilities, Gonosuke sought out Musashi, eager to test his skills against Japan's most famous swordsman. When the two finally met, Gonosuke expected a straightforward duel where skill and strength would determine the victor. However, Musashi had no intention of engaging in a conventional fight. He understood that Gonosuke was both skilled and proud, and he decided to use this to his advantage. Musashi began the duel in an uncharacteristically defensive manner, deliberately holding back and allowing Gonosuke to believe he had the upper hand. Musashi's apparent hesitation and reluctance to engage fully led Gonosuke to believe that Musashi was struggling against his superior bow staff technique. As the duel progressed, Gonosuke grew increasingly confident, pressing his attacks more aggressively, believing that victory was within his grasp. But Musashi, ever the master of psychological warfare, was carefully observing and waiting for the right moment. Musashi had already deduced Gonosuke's weaknesses and realized that Gonosuke was overextending himself in his eagerness to win. At the precise moment when Gonosuke's confidence was at its peak and his guard at its weakest, Musashi suddenly switched from defense to an unexpected lightning-fast offense. In a single, decisive move, Musashi closed the distance between them and delivered a powerful counterattack that left Gonosuke defenseless. The duel ended as quickly as it had begun, with Musashi emerging victorious. What Gonosuke didn't realize until it was too late was that Musashi had been luring him into a false sense of security from the start. By deliberately appearing weaker and less aggressive, Musashi deceived Gonosuke into lowering his guard and making critical mistakes. Musashi's ability to manipulate Gonosuke's perceptions and expectations allowed him to control the flow of the duel and secure victory without exerting unnecessary effort. Musashi's encounter with Muso Gonosuke is a classic example of how he used deception not just to win battles, but to win them on his terms. By controlling what his opponent saw and believed, Musashi could shape the outcome of the duel long before the final strike was delivered. This encounter also highlights Musashi's deep understanding of human psychology and his ability to exploit his opponent's overconfidence and assumptions.
Follow this path. Wait. Experiment with strategic misdirection. In your next negotiation, project, or competitive situation, consider how you can present information or actions in a way that leads others to underestimate you or focus on the wrong thing. Reflect on the outcomes and refine your approach.
Case study: Apple's secrecy and controlled leaks. Apple Inc. is renowned for its strategic use of deception in the tech industry. The company maintains a culture of extreme secrecy, which is critical in a sector where being the first to market can be the difference between success and failure. However, Apple also uses controlled leaks as part of its marketing strategy. By deliberately leaking certain features or products, Apple builds anticipation and controls the narrative around its products, creating a sense of urgency and excitement among consumers. Practical application: Apple's mastery of deception lies in its ability to control the flow of information. By carefully managing what is revealed and what is kept secret, Apple ensures that its product launches generate maximum impact. This strategy not only helps to protect its innovations, but also creates a sense of exclusivity and desire among consumers. Reflection: how can you use strategic deception in your own work? Are there ways to control the narrative or manage the flow of information to your advantage? Consider how you can use these tactics ethically to maintain a competitive edge. Key takeaway: from this section, in the modern world, the art of deception can be applied in various contexts, from negotiation tactics to competitive strategies. The key lesson from Musashi's use of deception is that success often comes not from direct confrontation, but from outthinking your opponent. Whether in business, sports, or personal interactions, the ability to subtly influence how others perceive you and the situation can give you a strategic edge. However, Musashi's approach to deception was always guided by a sense of purpose and ethics. It was never about dishonesty, but about using perception to create the conditions for victory.
5. Controlling the fire. Remember this. Passion and aggression must be tempered with control. Unchecked fire consumes all, even yourself. You must harness your energy, directing it with purpose and precision. To control the fire within you means knowing when to act and when to hold back, when to push forward and when to retreat. It's about maintaining focus, avoiding distractions, and staying aligned with your long-term goals. In the modern world, where distractions abound and pressures can lead to burnout, controlling your inner fire is crucial. It allows you to maintain your drive and ambition without letting them overwhelm you. This control ensures that your passion fuels your success rather than leading to self-destruction.
Historical context. Throughout his life, Musashi understood the importance of controlling his inner fire, his passion and aggression. One story that exemplifies this is his duel with the famous warrior and strategist Yagyu Munenori. Yagyu was a master swordsman and an official instructor for the Tokugawa shogunate, known for his disciplined approach to combat. Musashi, recognizing Yagyu's skill and calm demeanor, approached the duel with a different mindset than he might have used with a lesser opponent. Instead of letting his aggression drive the fight, Musashi carefully controlled his emotions, maintaining a calm and focused presence. He knew that any display of uncontrolled aggression would play into Yagyu's strengths. The duel ended in a draw, with both men acknowledging each other's prowess. This encounter highlights Musashi's ability to harness his inner fire, channeling it in a way that allowed him to maintain control without losing his edge. His disciplined approach in this duel became a hallmark of his later life, where he increasingly emphasized the importance of mental control over sheer physical power.
Follow this path. Develop routines that help you maintain control over your energy and focus. This might include regular reflection on your goals, maintaining a work-life balance, or practicing mindfulness. Ensure that your passion drives you toward your goals without burning you out.
Case study: Beyoncé's meticulous control in her performances. Case study: Beyoncé is known for her fierce performances, but what truly sets her apart is her meticulous control over every aspect of her shows. This disciplined approach ensures that her passion translates into flawless, impactful performances. Practical application: Beyoncé's ability to control her passion and energy ensures that every performance is a masterclass in precision and power. Her disciplined approach allows her to maintain high standards and consistently deliver outstanding results. Reflection: how can you maintain control over your creative energy? Consider how discipline and meticulous planning can help you channel your passion into impactful work. Key takeaway from this section: in today's demanding work environments, controlling your fire is essential for long-term success. By managing your energy effectively, you ensure that you can sustain your drive and ambition over the long haul.
Conclusion of the Fire Book. Believe this with all your heart and soul. The Fire Book teaches us the power of passion, the necessity of aggressive action, and the rhythm of battle, all tempered by discipline and control. Passion is the fire that fuels you, but without mastery, it will consume you. To control your fire, to channel it with precision, is to harness its strength without being destroyed by it. Achieve great things, but do so with balance. Temper your aggression with wisdom, your intensity with purpose. Now, we turn to the Wine Book, where we will explore the importance of understanding others and expanding your perspective. Wine Book 1. The Way of the Wind. Know this. Wind moves freely, unbound by limits. It gathers knowledge from all directions, learning from its surroundings. In strategy, be like the wind, swift, adaptable, and ever gathering wisdom from diverse sources. Understanding the wind means understanding that no single perspective is sufficient. To be a true strategist, you must learn from a variety of sources, different cultures, disciplines, and experiences. This broadens your understanding and equips you to face diverse challenges. In the business world, this translates to staying informed about industry trends, learning from competitors, and being open to new ideas and perspectives. The more knowledge you gather, the better prepared you are to navigate complex situations and seize opportunities.
Historical context. In the later years of his life, Musashi's approach to strategy and combat began to reflect a more profound understanding of adaptability and flexibility, concepts that he had learned not just from battle, but from his exploration of the natural world. One such story that illustrates Musashi's mastery of the way of the wind involves his time spent in the mountains of Kumamoto. After retiring from active dueling, Musashi sought solitude in the remote mountains, living as a hermit to further refine his mind and spirit. It was during this time that he immersed himself in nature, observing how the wind moved freely across the landscape. He noted how the wind could be both gentle and forceful, shifting directions with ease and adapting to the contours of the land without resistance. This observation deeply influenced his understanding of strategy. Musashi realized that true mastery in combat and life required the ability to move like the wind, unpredictable, adaptable, and ever-changing. He began incorporating this philosophy into his training, practicing movements that were fluid and responsive rather than rigid and forceful. Musashi would practice for hours, letting the wind guide his movements, learning to strike not with brute strength, but with precision and timing that flowed naturally with his surroundings. This period of reflection and practice led Musashi to develop a deeper appreciation for the importance of understanding all perspectives, not just in combat, but in all areas of life. He came to believe that, like the wind, a strategist must be able to gather knowledge from all directions, learn from diverse sources, and adapt to any situation with ease. This principle of adaptability became a cornerstone of his later teachings, as he emphasized that no single perspective or method could guarantee success in all circumstances. Musashi's time in the mountains taught him that just as the wind can navigate any terrain, a true strategist must be able to navigate any challenge by remaining open to new ideas, flexible in their approach, and attuned to the ever-changing dynamics of the world around them. This understanding of the way of the wind became a key element of his strategy, guiding him in his final years as a teacher and a philosopher.
Follow this path. Regularly seek out new perspectives. This could be through reading books outside your field, engaging in conversations with people from different backgrounds, or learning about different industries. The broader your knowledge base, the more versatile your strategies will be.
Case study: Nike's Dream Crazy campaign with Colin Kaepernick. Nike's Dream Crazy campaign, featuring Colin Kaepernick, took a bold stance on social justice, aligning the brand with the fight against racial inequality. Despite initial backlash, the campaign resonated with younger consumers and reinforced Nike's identity as a brand that stands for more than just sportswear. Practical application: Nike's decision to align itself with a controversial figure and cause highlights the power of taking a stand. By supporting social justice, Nike connected deeply with its target audience, particularly Gen Z and millennials. Reflection: how can you align your brand or personal work with causes that matter to your audience? Consider the impact of taking a stand on important issues and how it can strengthen your connection with your community. Key takeaway from this section: in today's globalized world, where businesses and careers intersect across cultures and disciplines, the ability to understand and integrate diverse perspectives is crucial. It not only makes you more adaptable, but also enhances your ability to innovate and lead.
2. The practice of learning from others. Understand this. No single person or school owns wisdom. In strategy, as in life, you must constantly learn from others and across disciplines, industries, and cultures. The more you learn, the more adaptable and resilient you become. Learning from others is an ongoing process. It requires humility and an openness to new ideas. Even those who seem less experienced may have insights that you've overlooked. The wise strategist listens, observes, and integrates the best ideas into their own approach. In your career, this means seeking out mentors, collaborating with colleagues, and staying open to feedback. It also means learning from competitors and from those outside your industry. By constantly expanding your knowledge and skills, you become more versatile and better equipped to handle challenges.
Historical context: Musashi was a lifelong learner, constantly seeking to broaden his understanding beyond the sword. After his dueling years, Musashi dedicated himself to the study of various arts, including calligraphy, painting, sculpture, and Zen Buddhism. His time spent learning from master artists and Zen monks profoundly influenced his strategic thinking. For instance, his study of ink painting taught him the importance of simplicity and clarity, principles that he applied to his swordsmanship. His engagement with Zen Buddhism helped him develop a mindset of detachment and calmness, which became crucial in his strategic approach to both combat and life. Musashi's openness to learning from various disciplines allowed him to see connections between seemingly unrelated fields. He believed that the principles of strategy applied universally, whether in the arts, in life, or on the battlefield. This interdisciplinary approach enriched his understanding and made him a more versatile and profound strategist.
Follow this path. Make a habit of learning from others. Attend seminars, engage in discussions, seek out mentors, and be open to feedback. Reflect on how these new insights can be applied to your strategies and decisions.
Case study: Toyota's adoption of lean manufacturing from American supermarkets. Toyota's development of its famous lean manufacturing system, which revolutionized the automotive industry, was inspired by a visit to an American supermarket. Toyota executives observed how supermarkets restocked their shelves in response to customer demand and realized that a similar system could be applied to manufacturing. This concept, which became known as just-in-time production, was a key learning from another industry that Toyota adapted to create one of the most efficient production systems in the world. Practical application: Toyota's adoption of lean manufacturing highlights the importance of being open to learning from industries outside your own. By observing and adapting successful practices from others, you can innovate and improve your own processes, often in unexpected ways. Reflection: are you looking beyond your own industry or field for inspiration and learning opportunities? Reflect on how you can learn from the successes of others, even in unrelated areas, and apply those insights to your own work. Key takeaway from this section: in your career, continuous learning is essential. The more you expose yourself to different ideas and experiences, the more innovative and adaptable you become. This not only helps you grow, but also makes you invaluable in a rapidly changing world.
3. The principle of no sword. Munin Muso. Reflect on this. True mastery in strategy transcends the need for direct confrontation. The highest level of skill is not merely in wielding a weapon or executing a plan, but in achieving your goals without conflict. The principle of no sword, Munin Muso, teaches us that the ultimate victory comes from avoiding battle altogether, outmaneuvering your opponent mentally and securing your position without engaging in combat. In your career, this principle translates to resolving conflicts through superior positioning, negotiation, and psychological strategies. The most successful leaders know when to step back, allow others to make mistakes, or guide them subtly towards the desired outcome. This is not about avoiding challenges, but about overcoming them in a way that preserves energy, resources, and relationships.
Historical context: one lesser known but profound application of the no sword principle can be found in Musashi's approach to his later life, particularly in his interactions with the Hosokawa clan. After many years of dueling and perfecting his martial skills, Musashi was invited to serve the Hosokawa clan, one of the most powerful families in Japan at the time. This was a significant opportunity, as it offered him security and status. However, Musashi, true to his philosophy, was not driven by conventional desires for power or wealth. The Hosokawa clan expected Musashi to become their swordmaster and train their warriors. Instead of teaching the techniques of combat, as most would expect, Musashi focused on imparting the wisdom of strategy and the essence of no sword. He understood that true mastery involved more than just physical prowess. It required the ability to achieve one's goals without the need for violence. Musashi spent his time at the Hosokawa estate practicing the arts of painting, calligraphy, and meditation, disciplines that emphasize precision, patience, and the subtle control of one's environment and mind. Through these arts, he taught the samurai of the Hosokawa clan the importance of mental discipline, strategic thinking, and the art of influencing outcomes without resorting to the sword. His teachings helped them to see that true strength lies not in the weapon, but in the mind that wields it. This approach was revolutionary. Instead of focusing on physical combat, Musashi's instruction aimed at preventing conflicts before they could arise, resolving disputes through diplomacy, strategy, and influence. The Hosokawa samurai learned that many battles could be won without drawing a sword, simply by positioning themselves wisely, understanding their adversaries, and outmaneuvering potential conflicts through superior strategy. This period of Musashi's life reflects the highest expression of the no sword principle. By guiding an entire clan toward the realization that true power lies in the mind and spirit rather than the sword, Musashi demonstrated that the ultimate victory is one that avoids conflict altogether. His teachings helped the Hosokawa clan maintain peace and stability, not through fear, but through wisdom and strategic foresight.
Follow this path. In your daily interactions, practice the art of subtlety. Look for opportunities where you can influence outcomes without direct confrontation. Whether in negotiations, managing team dynamics, or dealing with competitors, consider how you can achieve your objectives without engaging in open conflict.
Case study: Malala Yousafzai's Fight for Education. Case study: Malala Yousafzai became a global symbol of peaceful resistance after surviving an assassination attempt by the Taliban for advocating for girls' education. Rather than responding with violence, Malala continued her advocacy through speeches and writing, eventually becoming the youngest ever Nobel Prize laureate. Practical application: Malala's commitment to nonviolent advocacy demonstrates the power of moral courage over physical force. Her approach to change, rooted in education and dialogue, has had a profound impact on global attitudes toward women's rights. Reflection: how can you use your voice and platform to advocate for change without resorting to conflict? Reflect on the power of peaceful resistance and dialogue in achieving your goals. Key takeaway from this section: in the modern world, where collaboration and negotiation are often more effective than confrontation, mastering the principle of no sword is crucial. By avoiding unnecessary conflicts and guiding situations toward your desired outcome through non-confrontational means, you achieve victory with minimal resistance.
4. Practicing flexibility of mind. Consider this. Wind is flexible, changing direction with ease. In strategy, keep a flexible mind, able to adapt to new information, change course as needed, and remain open to unexpected possibilities. A flexible mind is a powerful tool. It allows you to pivot when needed, to see opportunities where others see obstacles, and to innovate when the situation demands it. Flexibility in thought is what enables you to stay ahead of the curve. In your career, flexibility of mind might mean being willing to change your approach when new data emerges, or being open to alternative ways of solving a problem. It's about not getting stuck in one way of thinking or one method of working, but instead, being willing to adapt as circumstances evolve. This mental flexibility also involves embracing uncertainty and ambiguity. In a world that often demands quick decisions with incomplete information, the ability to stay mentally agile and open minded can be a significant advantage. It allows you to respond to challenges in innovative ways and to see opportunities where others see only problems.
Historical context: Musashi's flexibility of mind was evident in his approach to combat and life. He was known for his unorthodox tactics, which often caught his opponents off guard. His willingness to adapt and innovate made him a formidable opponent and a respected strategist.
Follow this path. Regularly challenge your own assumptions. Engage in activities that force you to think differently, whether it's learning a new skill, traveling to new places, or engaging in debates. The more you practice flexibility of mind, the more resilient and innovative you will become.
Case study: Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. Charles Darwin's development of the theory of evolution is a prime example of mental flexibility. Initially trained in theology, Darwin had to radically shift his thinking as he observed the natural world during his voyage on the HMS Beagle. His ability to remain open to new ideas, question established beliefs, and synthesize observations from different disciplines, geology, biology, and paleontology, led him to propose one of the most groundbreaking scientific theories of all time. Practical application: Darwin's intellectual flexibility teaches us the importance of remaining open to new information and being willing to challenge our existing beliefs. By practicing mental flexibility, we can adapt our thinking to accommodate new evidence and perspectives, leading to more innovative and accurate conclusions. Reflection: how flexible are you in your thinking? Consider how you can remain open to new ideas and willing to change your perspectives when presented with new evidence or insights. Flexibility of the mind is essential for growth and innovation. Key takeaway from this section: in a world that is constantly evolving, those who can think flexibly are the ones who thrive. By cultivating a flexible mindset, you ensure that you can adapt to any situation, whether in your career, your personal life, or your strategic endeavors.
5. The practice of observation. Know this. As the wind moves unseen through the trees, so too does strategy require observing the subtle shifts and currents in your environment. Observation is a skill of seeing what others miss, of understanding the hidden dynamics of a situation. To be a master strategist, you must cultivate the ability to observe without being noticed, to gather information without revealing your intentions. This requires patience, attention to detail, and a deep understanding of human nature. Observation goes beyond merely seeing. It involves listening, understanding context, and recognizing patterns. In the business world, keen observation can help you identify emerging trends, understand customer needs, or anticipate competitor moves before they become obvious. Once it's about being attuned to the environment and picking up on the subtle cues that others miss.
Historical context: Musashi's powers of observation were one of his greatest strengths. He could discern his opponent's weaknesses and intentions through subtle cues, how they held their sword, their stance, even their breathing. This ability to see beyond the obvious was a critical factor in his undefeated record.
Follow this path. Make observation a daily practice. In meetings, social interactions, or even in your daily commute, focus on noticing the small details. Body language, tone of voice, the flow of conversation. Reflect on what these observations reveal about the people and dynamics involved.
Case study: Dove's Real Beauty campaign. In 2004, Dove launched its groundbreaking Real Beauty campaign, a direct response to the observations made about the evolving perceptions of beauty in society. For years, the beauty industry had perpetuated narrow, often unrealistic standards of what it meant to be beautiful. However, through extensive market research and keen observation, Dove recognized a growing dissatisfaction among women who felt excluded or misrepresented by these conventional ideals. Dove's marketing team, observing these cultural shifts, identified that many women were yearning for a more inclusive representation of beauty, one that celebrated diversity in age, body shape, and ethnicity. This insight was not immediately obvious. It required careful listening and a deep understanding of the underlying emotional responses women had towards traditional beauty advertising. Practical application: Dove's Real Beauty campaign was built on the simple yet profound observation that women wanted to see themselves authentically reflected in the media. The campaign featured real women, not models, and showcased a wide range of body types, skin tones, and ages. This was a bold departure from the industry norm and resonated deeply with a global audience. The success of the campaign, which not only boosted Dove's sales, but also sparked a broader cultural conversation about beauty standards, demonstrated the power of observation in crafting messages that truly connect with consumers. Reflection. How well do you understand the deeper needs and desires of your audience? Are you observing the subtle shifts in cultural attitudes and expectations? Consider how refining your observational skills might help you identify opportunities to create more authentic and resonant messages in your own work. Just as Dove used observation to revolutionize its approach to beauty, you can leverage insights gained from careful observation to drive innovation and connect more deeply with your audience. Key takeaway from this section. In the business world, the ability to observe and understand the unspoken dynamics within a team, market, or negotiation can give you a significant edge. By honing your observational skills, you become more attuned to the subtle forces at play, allowing you to navigate complex situations with greater insight.
Conclusion of the Wind book. Hear this clearly. The Wind book teaches the importance of understanding diverse perspectives, learning from others, and remaining flexible and observant, all of which are essential in today's rapidly changing world. Like the wind, you must move freely, gather knowledge from all directions, and adapt to any situation. As you approach the Void book, remember that true mastery comes from the continuous practice of these principles and ensuring that you are always ready to navigate the unknown. Void Book 1. The emptiness of the void. Understand this deeply. The void represents the unknown, the unseen, the formless. It is where creativity, intuition, and deep insight dwell. In strategy, the void is about embracing uncertainty, learning to navigate it with confidence. The void is not to be feared. It is a realm of endless possibilities. Engaging with the void means stepping into uncharted territory and trusting in your ability to adapt and innovate. It requires a balance of intuition and rationality, a willingness to let go of the need for control, and the courage to take risks. This practice is about finding comfort in discomfort, knowing that growth often comes from venturing into the unknown. In your career, the void represents the unknown opportunities and challenges that lie ahead. It's about being willing to explore new ideas, take risks, and innovate in ways that others might shy away from. By embracing the void, you open yourself up to new possibilities and the potential for breakthroughs that can set you apart from the competition.
Historical context. Musashi understood the power of the void, often referring to it as the way of emptiness. For him, embracing the void meant acknowledging that there are forces and factors beyond our control, and that true mastery involves the ability to navigate these unknowns with skill and grace. His life and teachings remind us that the greatest insights and innovations often come from stepping into the unknown.
Follow this path. Identify an area of your life where you feel uncertain or where you have avoided taking risks. Make a plan to step into that uncertainty. This could involve pursuing a new opportunity, exploring a new idea, or facing a fear. Reflect on what you learned from this experience and how it helps you navigate future uncertainties.
Case study: the phenomenon of esports. The rise of esports has emerged from what was once considered a niche hobby into a global industry worth billions. Companies like Riot Games and Epic Games have embraced the void by creating platforms and events that elevate competitive gaming to the level of traditional sports. This movement capitalized on a previously untapped market, redefining what it means to be a professional athlete. Practical application. Esports' rapid growth demonstrates the value of recognizing and investing in emerging cultural phenomena. By embracing an unconventional industry, companies have created a thriving global community and a new form of entertainment. Reflection. Are there emerging trends or subcultures in your industry that you could tap into? Reflect on how embracing the unknown or unconventional could lead to groundbreaking opportunities. Key takeaway. From this section, in the void, we find the power of possibility. The unknown is not a place of fear, but of potential. Embracing the emptiness allows us to break free from limitations, opening the door to true innovation. And by stepping into the void, we cultivate the ability to see beyond the visible, to create without boundaries, and to discover new paths that others might overlook.
2. Practicing intuition. Know this. Intuition is the ability to understand without conscious thought. It is a skill that can be honed through practice. In the void, intuition becomes your guide, leading you through the unknown with confidence and insight. To practice intuition, spend time in reflection and meditation, allowing your mind to process information beyond the surface level. Engage in activities that require you to trust your instincts, whether in creative endeavors, decision-making, or leadership. Over time, as you hone your intuition, you'll find that you can navigate complex situations with greater ease and confidence. In the business world, intuition plays a critical role in decision-making, especially when data is incomplete or ambiguous. While logic and analysis are essential, there are times when intuition, the ability to sense the right decision, can make all the difference. Developing this skill allows you to make faster, more confident decisions in uncertain situations.
Historical context. Musashi's reliance on intuition was a cornerstone of his strategy, particularly in situations where logic and analysis could not provide clear answers. One of the most profound examples of this occurred during his later years when he began to practice and perfect the art of Niten Ichiryu, a two-sword fighting technique he developed. While the use of two swords simultaneously was unconventional, Musashi's intuition told him that this approach would offer distinct advantages in certain combat situations. He spent years practicing this technique, relying on his intuition to guide the development of his style. Musashi's intuition was not just about combat, it also influenced his decisions in life, such as when to fight and when to walk away. His deep connection with his inner self allowed him to navigate complex situations with a clarity that often seemed like foresight.
Follow this path. Set aside time each day for quiet reflection, free from distractions. During this time, focus on tuning into your intuition. Pay attention to the subtle feelings or thoughts that arise, especially when considering a decision or problem. Reflect on how your intuition guides you and how you can strengthen this connection over time.
Case study: J.K. Rowling's creation of the Harry Potter series. J.K. Rowling trusted her intuition when developing the Harry Potter series, a story that initially faced numerous rejections, but went on to become a global phenomenon. Her belief in her vision and her characters drove her to persist, despite the challenges. Practical application. Rowling's journey shows that intuition can be a powerful guide in creative endeavors. By believing in her story and characters, she created a cultural touchstone that resonates with millions. Reflection. Are you listening to your intuition in your creative projects? Consider how trusting your instincts can help you overcome obstacles and achieve success in your work. Key takeaway from this section: in a world that increasingly values data and analytics, intuition remains a powerful tool for decision-making. By cultivating your intuition, you enhance your ability to make quick, effective decisions in uncertain situations, giving you a competitive edge in your career and life.
3. The practice of innovation. Understand this. The void is where innovation is born, where new ideas and strategies emerge from the formless and unknown. To innovate, you must let go of the old and embrace the new, exploring uncharted territory without fear. Innovation requires a mindset of curiosity and experimentation. It involves questioning the status quo, thinking creatively, and being willing to take risks. The greatest innovations often come from those who are willing to challenge conventional wisdom and explore the unknown. In your career, innovation might involve developing new products or services, finding more efficient ways to operate, or identifying emerging market opportunities. The ability to innovate is what sets industry leaders apart from followers. By embracing the unknown and being willing to take calculated risks, you position yourself as a forward thinking leader who is not afraid to break new ground.
Historical context. Musashi was not just a warrior, but also an innovator who constantly sought new ways to improve his techniques and strategies. One of the best examples of his innovative spirit was his development of the fire and stones cut, a technique that combined speed, precision, and unpredictability. This technique involved delivering a quick, forceful strike that could break through an opponent's guard, followed immediately by a second, unexpected attack aimed at exploiting any openings created by the first strike. Musashi's innovative approach extended beyond the battlefield. He applied the same creative thinking to his artistic endeavors, such as his work in calligraphy and painting, where he experimented with new forms and styles that broke away from traditional methods. Musashi understood that innovation was essential not only for staying ahead of his opponents, but also for personal growth. His willingness to experiment, take risks, and challenge the status quo was a key factor in his success, both as a swordsman and as a philosopher.
Follow this path. Innovation begins with a deep understanding of the situation at hand. Start by mess finding. Identify the complex, messy, or unclear aspects of a situation that require attention. Don't rush to solve the surface level problem. Instead, dig deeper to explore the full context. Once you've identified the mess, move into situation exploring. Gather as much information as possible. Consider different perspectives and understand the factors at play. This is where you uncover insights that others might miss. Finally, proceed to problem defining. Clearly articulate the core problem that needs to be addressed. With a well-defined problem, your innovative solutions will be more targeted and effective. Reflect on how this approach not only leads to better solutions, but also ensures that you're addressing the most important issues.
Case study: the transition from film to digital photography. The shift from film to digital photography is one of the most significant innovations in the visual arts and technology industries. Companies like Kodak initially dominated the film photography market, but were hesitant to embrace digital technology, fearing it would cannibalize their existing business. In contrast, companies like Canon and Nikon invested heavily in digital research and development, recognizing that digital photography represented the future. By letting go of the old film technology and embracing the new, they positioned themselves as leaders in the digital age. Practical application: the transition from film to digital photography underscores the importance of recognizing when to let go of outdated practices and embrace emerging technologies. Companies that invested in research, explored the potential of digital technology, and committed to innovation were able to lead the industry into a new era. Reflection: are you holding on to outdated practices, processes, or technologies? Consider how you can innovate by researching and embracing new approaches, even if it means letting go of familiar methods. Key takeaway from this section: in today's fast-paced world, the pressure to innovate can lead to rushed decisions and superficial solutions. By applying the principles of mess finding, situation exploring, and problem defining, you ensure that your innovations are built on a solid foundation of understanding. This process helps you avoid the pitfalls of addressing symptoms rather than root causes and positions you to create truly transformative solutions. Whether you're designing a new product, developing a business strategy, or tackling a social issue, This methodical approach will help you innovate in ways that are both impactful and sustainable. Musashi's commitment to deep exploration before action is a timeless strategy that remains as relevant today as it was in his time.
4. Embracing uncertainty. Reflect on this. Uncertainty is inherent in life and strategy. The void teaches that not everything can be known or predicted. True mastery is the ability to act decisively even when the outcome is unclear. To practice embracing uncertainty, put yourself in situations where you don't have all the answers. Take calculated risks, make decisions with incomplete information, and learn to trust in your ability to adapt and respond as events unfold. This practice will help you build resilience and confidence in the face of the unknown. Embracing uncertainty is not about recklessness. It's about being comfortable with ambiguity and then making informed decisions, even when not all variables are known. In the business world, this might mean launching a new product without knowing exactly how the market will respond, or investing in a new venture without complete data. The key is to balance risk with preparation, ensuring that you are ready to adapt as needed.
Historical context. Miyamoto. Musashi's life was filled with uncertainty, from his early years as a wandering ronin to his later life as a master swordsman and strategist. One of the most defining moments in his journey came not from a duel, but from a period of great personal and political upheaval during the early 17th century. This period, known as the transition from the Sengoku, warring states period, to the Edo period, was marked by the consolidation of power under the Tokugawa shogunate, a time when samurai like Musashi faced an uncertain future. After the Battle of Sekigahara in 1600, which established the Tokugawa shogunate's dominance over Japan, many samurai were left without masters or purpose. The traditional role of the samurai was diminishing as the country moved towards peace and stability. For Musashi, this uncertainty could have been a time of crisis. He was a warrior at heart, trained for battle, and now the very nature of warfare was changing. However, instead of resisting this shift, Musashi embraced the uncertainty of his circumstances. During this time, Musashi embarked on a journey that was as much about self-discovery as it was about honing his martial skills. He traveled throughout Japan, engaging in duels and seeking out knowledge from different schools of thought. Musashi's willingness to step into the unknown, to seek out new challenges and experiences, was a reflection of his understanding that uncertainty is not something to be feared, but rather a catalyst for growth. One notable episode during this period was Musashi's decision to engage with the Hozoin school of spear fighting in Nara. The Hozoin monks were known for their expertise in the use of the spear, a weapon that Musashi was less familiar with compared to his trusted katana. Instead of avoiding this challenge, Musashi embraced the uncertainty of facing a new weapon and a new style of combat. He engaged in a series of practice duels with the monks, not to prove his superiority, but to learn and grow from the experience. These encounters were crucial in shaping Musashi's understanding of the importance of adaptability and learning from all situations, even those that were unfamiliar or uncomfortable. By stepping into the unknown, Musashi expanded his knowledge and skills, ultimately incorporating elements of the Hozoin techniques into his own practice. This willingness to embrace uncertainty, to seek out and learn from new experiences, became a defining characteristic of Musashi's later life and teachings. Musashi's journey through this uncertain time also led him to develop his philosophy of embracing change and uncertainty as essential components of growth. He realized that the world was constantly shifting, and those who could adapt and thrive in the face of uncertainty would emerge stronger and wiser. This principle is evident in his later writings, where Musashi emphasizes the importance of being fluid, like water, and flexible, like the wind, always ready to change direction when the situation demands it. Musashi's ability to embrace uncertainty not only allowed him to survive in a rapidly changing world, but also enabled him to achieve a level of mastery that transcended the traditional boundaries of the samurai. His life serves as a powerful reminder that uncertainty is not a barrier, but an opportunity to explore, learn, and evolve.
Follow this path. Take on a project or challenge where the outcome is uncertain. Commit to seeing it through, even if the path is unclear. As you navigate the uncertainties, focus on learning and adapting rather than seeking immediate clarity or control. Reflect on how this experience shapes your approach to future uncertainties.
Case study: Marina Abramovich and the exploration of the unknown in performance art. Marina Abramovich, a pioneer in performance art, is known for embracing uncertainty and exploring the boundaries of human experience. Her work often involves intense physical and emotional experiences, pushing both herself and her audience into the unknown. Practical application: Abramovich's performance piece, The Artist is Present, is a prime example of engaging with the void. For 3 months, she sat silently in the Museum of Modern Art, inviting visitors to sit across from her and engage in a silent exchange. The outcome of each interaction was unpredictable, yet this embrace of uncertainty was central to the power of the piece. Abramovich's willingness to step into the unknown and trust in her process allowed for profound moments of connection and self-discovery. Reflection: in your own creative work, are you willing to embrace the unknown and take risks? How can you incorporate more elements of uncertainty and spontaneity into your process? Consider how stepping into the void might open up new possibilities for growth and innovation in your art. Key takeaway from this section: in a world where change and uncertainty are constants, the ability to embrace and navigate uncertainty is a critical skill. Those who can do so with confidence are better equipped to handle the complexities of modern life and work, making them more resilient and successful in their careers.
5. The practice of stillness. Know this. In the void, stillness brings clarity. In strategy, stillness is the practice of pausing, reflecting, and letting your mind settle. It is in these moments of stillness that your deepest insights and most creative ideas will surface. To practice stillness, incorporate moments of quiet reflection into your daily routine, whether through meditation, journaling, or simply sitting in silence. Allow yourself the space to connect with your inner wisdom. In a world that is constantly moving, the ability to find stillness is a powerful tool for strategic thinking. Stillness is not just about physical inactivity, it's about mental clarity. In the business world, the most successful leaders and PTs often make time for reflection, allowing them to process information, consider their options, and make more thoughtful decisions. By cultivating stillness, you create the space needed for deeper insights and thus more strategic thinking.
Historical context: in the heat of battle, the ability to remain calm and composed can mean the difference between life and death. For Miyamoto Musashi, the practice of stillness, both mental and physical, was a vital aspect of his legendary skill as a swordsman. One of the most poignant examples of Musashi's mastery of stillness occurred during his famous duel with Sasaki Kojiro on Ganryu Island. Kojiro, known for his incredible speed and precision with the nodachi, a long sword, was a formidable opponent. The duel was highly anticipated, with many expecting an intense and fast-paced confrontation. However, Musashi approached the duel with a deep understanding of the power of stillness. Musashi arrived late to the duel, an act that was not merely a psychological ploy, but a demonstration of his control over the situation. As he finally approached the beach, he carried a wooden sword he had carved from an oar during his boat ride. Unlike Kojiro, who was brimming with visible energy and anticipation, Musashi appeared relaxed, almost serene. As the duel began, Musashi's stillness became even more apparent. He did not rush into action or react impulsively to Kojiro's aggressive advances. Instead, he remained calm, watching and waiting. Musashi's mind was still, free from distractions, emotions, or fear. He understood that stillness was not about inactivity, but about maintaining a state of readiness, allowing him to perceive the perfect moment to strike. When that moment came, Musashi moved with sudden and decisive speed, delivering a single precise blow that ended the duel in an instant. His ability to remain still, both physically and mentally, until the exact right moment, allowed him to overcome a dangerous and skilled opponent with minimal effort. This duel exemplifies how Musashi's practice of stillness was not just a philosophical ideal, but a practical strategy that he applied in life and death situations. By cultivating inner stillness, Musashi was able to maintain clarity and focus, even in the most intense and chaotic circumstances. It was this mastery of stillness that gave him the edge over opponents who were faster or stronger, but lacked the same level of mental discipline. For Musashi, stillness was not about inactivity. It was about the power to act with precision and effectiveness when the time was right. This lesson from his duel with Kojiro continues to resonate as a powerful example of how cultivating inner calm can lead to extraordinary outcomes, even in the face of great adversity.
Follow this path. Set aside time each day for stillness, whether through meditation, nature walks, or simply sitting in silence. During this time, focus on clearing your mind and being fully present. Reflect on how this practice of stillness helps you gain clarity and insight in your daily life.
Case study: Nelson Mandela's composure. During imprisonment, Nelson Mandela's 27 years of imprisonment on Robben Island tested his resilience and inner strength. Throughout his incarceration, Mandela practiced a profound form of stillness, maintaining his composure and refusing to be consumed by anger or despair. This inner stillness allowed him to reflect deeply, plan strategically, and emerge from prison as a unifying leader capable of guiding South Africa through a peaceful transition from apartheid. Practical application: Mandela's ability to maintain stillness under extreme conditions teaches us the importance of inner calm in the face of adversity. By cultivating stillness, we can develop the mental clarity needed to navigate challenging situations and emerge stronger on the other side. Reflection: how do you maintain your composure in difficult situations? Consider how cultivating inner stillness can help you face challenges with greater clarity and resilience. Key takeaway from this section: in today's demanding and fast-paced environments, stillness can be a rare and valuable practice. It allows you to recharge, gain clarity, and approach challenges with a fresh perspective. And by making stillness a regular part of your routine, you enhance your ability to think strategically and act decisively.
Conclusion of the Void Book. Feel this with every fiber of your being. The Void Book teaches the importance of intuition, innovation, and embracing uncertainty, all of which are essential for navigating the complexities of life and work in today's world. The Void represents the ultimate challenge of strategy to navigate the unknown with confidence and creativity. By embracing the principles of the Void, you open yourself to new possibilities, deeper insights, and the true mastery of the way. 1. The Path of Mastery. The journey through the 5 rings is a journey toward mastery, a path that requires discipline, practice, and continuous growth. Mastery is not a destination, but a lifelong pursuit. It is about constantly refining your skills, deepening your understanding, and pushing beyond your limits. As you apply the lessons from the earth, water, fire, wind, and the void books, remember that mastery is a process. It requires patience, perseverance, and the willingness to learn from both success and failure. Each day is an opportunity to practice, to improve, and to move closer to your goals. Mastery is not about perfection, but about progress. It's about committing to continuous learning and growth, and an understanding that there is always more to learn and room to improve. In your career, this means seeking out new challenges, learning from every experience, and striving to be better today than you were yesterday.
Historical context. Musashi's life was a testament to the pursuit of mastery. Even after achieving fame and success, he continued to practice, learn, and evolve. His dedication to mastery was not about achieving perfection, but about the continuous pursuit of growth and understanding.
Follow this path. Reflect on your journey through the 5 rings. Identify areas where you have grown and areas where you still need to focus your efforts. Set specific goals for your continued practice and mastery, and commit to revisiting these goals regularly. Key takeaway from this section: in your career and life, the pursuit of mastery is a powerful motivator. It drives you to continually improve, to seek out new challenges, and to push the boundaries of what you can achieve. By committing to this path, you ensure that you are always growing, always evolving. 2. The warrior spirit. At the heart of mastery is the warrior spirit, a commitment to living with a purpose, integrity, and resilience. The warrior spirit is not defined by victory or defeat, but by the dedication to the path and the continuous effort it goes to grow and evolve. Cultivate this spirit through daily practice, reflection, and the pursuit of excellence in all areas of your life. Whether in your personal relationships, your work, or your inner journey, strive to embody the qualities of a true warrior: courage, discipline, humility, and honor. The warrior's spirit is about more than just physical strength or skill. It's about mental fortitude and moral clarity. In your career, this might mean standing by your principles even when it's difficult, persevering through challenges, and maintaining a sense of purpose in all that you do. The warrior's spirit drives you to keep pushing forward, no matter the obstacles.
Historical context. Musashi's life was defined by his warrior spirit. He faced countless challenges and adversities, yet he remained steadfast in his commitment to his principles and his path. His spirit was not just about fighting battles, but about living with purpose and honor.
Follow this path. Reflect on what it means to you to have a warrior spirit. Identify areas of your life where you can cultivate more courage, integrity, and resilience. Create a plan for how you will embody these qualities in your daily actions and decisions. Key takeaway from this section: in your career and personal life, embodying the warrior's spirit can drive you to achieve greatness. It means living with integrity, facing challenges head on, and remaining committed to your path, no matter the obstacles. 3. Continuous practice. The lessons of the 5 rings are not meant to be understood intellectually, but lived through practice. Each principle, whether grounding, adaptability, passion, observation, or intuition, must be cultivated daily through deliberate effort. Set aside time each day for practice, whether it's physical training, mental discipline, or spiritual reflection. The path to mastery is a marathon, not a sprint, and the continuous practice is the key to progress. Continuous practice means embracing repetition, refining your techniques, and pushing yourself to improve each day. In your career, this could involve honing your skills, learning new ones, or developing better habits. The more you practice, the more proficient you become, and the closer you move toward mastery.
Historical context. Musashi's dedication to continuous practice was evident in every aspect of his life. Even after decades of success, he continued to train, reflect, and refine his skills. His commitment to practice was not just about achieving mastery, but about living a life of purpose and discipline.
Follow this path. Develop a daily practice routine that incorporates the principles of the 5 rings. This could include physical exercises, meditation, journaling, or strategic planning. Commit to this routine and adjust it as needed to support your growth and mastery. Key takeaway from this section. In a world where distractions are plentiful and time is limited, continuous practice ensures that you remain focused on your goals. By making practice a daily habit, you steadily progress toward mastery and long-term success. 4. Embracing the journey. Finally, embrace the journey of mastery with an open heart and mind. The path will be challenging, and there will be times of doubt and struggle. But it is in these moments that true growth occurs. Embrace the journey not just as a means to an end, but as an end in itself. The Book of Five Rings is a guide, but the path is yours to walk. As you continue on this journey, carry the lessons of the five rings with you and let them shape your strategy, your actions, and your life. The journey of mastery is about more than achieving specific goals. It's about the growth, learning, and transformation that occurs along the way in your career and life. Embracing the journey means finding joy in the process, learning from setbacks, and appreciating the progress you make, no matter how small.
Historical context. As Musashi grew older, his focus shifted from dueling to teaching and writing, culminating in the creation of the Book of Five Rings. Written in the final years of his life, this work was Musashi's way of passing on the knowledge and insights he had gained through decades of combat, study, and self-reflection. He chose to live his final years in relative seclusion in a cave called Reigando, where he devoted himself to writing and contemplation. Musashi's final work reflects the culmination of a life spent mastering not just the sword, but also the mind and spirit. It is said that Musashi continued to refine his strategies and techniques until his death, always seeking to push the boundaries of his understanding. The principles he outlined in the Book of Five Rings were not merely the result of intellectual exercise, but were deeply rooted in his lived experiences. His life serves as a testament to the endless journey of mastery, a journey that does not end but continues to evolve as long as one is willing to learn and grow.
Follow this path. Reflect on your journey so far and the challenges you've faced. Consider how you have grown and what you have learned. Embrace these experiences as part of your ongoing journey and commit to continuing on the path with renewed dedication and purpose. That is key takeaway from this section. In your career and life, embracing the journey of mastery ensures that you remain committed to personal growth and continuous improvement. It allows you to find meaning and purpose in the challenges you face, turning obstacles into opportunities for growth.
Summing up, the journey through the five rings is not just a path toward external success, but an inward exploration of character, purpose, and personal mastery. Each principle we've explored, grounding, adaptability, passion, observation, and intuition, serves as a compass, guiding you through the complexities of life with wisdom and strength. As you move forward, remember that the true value of these teachings lies not in their intellectual understanding, but in their application. The principles of the five rings are meant to be lived, practiced, and embodied in every aspect of your life. They are tools for navigating not just the challenges of the world, but the deeper challenges within yourself. Mastery is a journey without an end, where each step forward reveals new layers of insight and growth. Embrace this journey with the knowledge that every challenge is an opportunity to refine your skills, deepen your understanding, and move closer to the essence of the way. May the wisdom of the five rings guide you, empower you, and inspire you on your path to mastery. Unlock your potential with creative mastery. As you've journeyed through the Book of Five Rings, School of Communication Arts Edition, you've encountered the timeless wisdom of Miyamoto Musashi, reimagined to help you navigate the challenges of today's world. The lessons in discipline, adaptability, and strategic thinking you've explored are not just theoretical, they are practical tools that can transform your personal and professional life. But the journey doesn't have to end here. At the School of Communication Arts, we've designed a course that embodies these principles and takes them even further. It's called Creative Mastery, and it's more than just a program. It's a path to discovering your ikigai, your reason for being. What is Creative Mastery? Creative Mastery is an intensive, immersive course where you don't just learn about creativity, you live it. Over the course of this program, you'll be guided by a sensei, a mentor who is dedicated to helping you unlock your full potential. Just as Musashi sought mastery in all aspects of life, this course challenges you to master your craft, your career, and ultimately yourself. Whether you're a seasoned professional looking to refine your skills or someone at the beginning of your creative journey, Creative Mastery is tailored to meet you where you are and push you to where you want to be. The course is built around the core principles of Musashi's teachings: discipline, adaptability, and relentless practice, applied to the world of creative arts and communication. Why Creative Mastery? In a world where the pace of change is accelerating and the demands on creative professionals are ever increasing, mastering your craft is no longer optional, it's essential. Creative Mastery is designed to future-proof your career by giving you the tools, the mindset, and the support to thrive in any environment. Here's what you can expect. Personalized mentorship. You'll work closely with a sensei who understands your goals and challenges. Your sensei will guide you, challenge you, and help you navigate your unique path to mastery. Real-world projects. This isn't just about theory. You'll work on live briefs and real-world projects, gaining hands-on experience that directly translates to your career. A community of peers. Join a network of like-minded creatives who are as passionate about their work as you are. Together, you'll learn, collaborate, and push each other to new heights. Tools for life. The skills and strategies you develop in this course are not just for your career, they're for life. From strategic thinking to creative problem solving, you'll gain abilities that will serve you in all areas of your life. Your next step. If the lessons of Musashi have resonated with you, if you're ready to take your skills and your career to the next level, then Creative Mastery is the next step on your journey. It's a commitment to yourself, to your craft, and to your future. We invite you to join us and start your journey toward Creative Mastery. For more information, visit www.schoolcommunicationarts.com. Let's continue the journey together toward mastery, toward creativity, and toward a future where your potential is fully realized.